Hey, Sandra, welcome to another episode of Asexualized, my asexual life. This place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual. I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button right here, right now, down below this video. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live like now, post a new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying the content as we go along. If you don't know who I am Sandra Bellamy, author of Asexual Perspectives, 47 Asexual Stories, Love Life Next, a celebration of asexual diversity. I'm also the founder of asexualise.com and the founder of Asexualise Academy. So in tonight's episode, I want to talk to you about how to stop caring what people think. So basically, I've got some friends, right, and they do suffer with depression. It's not just one friend, it's more than one friend, and they do suffer with depression. And one of the things that really holds them back in their life is what other people think of them, right? And how you can overcome and stop worrying about what people think is, for a start, is to understand how it affects you. Like, you think by caring about what other people think that you're helping those other people, that you're caring about other people because you don't want to be seen to be doing anything that would upset, hurt, cause pain to other people. That's why you're doing it. You don't want to upset them, but you also, in turn, don't want to upset yourself. You're worried that they'll say some harsh words to you, that you'll get tormented, that you'll get hurt, that you'll get upset. And so you don't do it. So you avoid it. So this creates such amount of pain for both yourself and for other people, because other people will never know the true you. Whenever you're with someone, you'll just be like a chameleon. You'll just be saying what other people want you to hear you say. Or you'll keep quiet. You'll be a people pleaser. And that will bring pain to other people if they see you in different circumstances with other friends and they see you're entirely different to how you behave with them. They'll think it's like looking at someone with two heads. You're a completely different person. I have known in the past people who do this. They are like chameleons. They just change to whoever's around them. But that is not good. You know, that's not a strong, stable person who someone can totally trust 100%. And some of these people that I know who do this, who change like a chameleon, thinking it's good to do that, they're the ones who have a hard time trying to get any relationship and sustain a long-term relationship, because obviously their partner doesn't know who the heck they are. And how you can change, first of all, is by understanding the amount of pain it's creating within yourself, which you know, really. You're not silly, you're not stupid, you know the pain it creates within you, trying to hold everything in of who you truly are. You have to realize that in order to make a difference in this world while you're alive, you have to become you. And you is very different to everyone else. Therefore, you cannot please everyone. Therefore, you cannot worry about what other people think, because they are not you and you are not them. Just imagine and put yourself in other people's shoes, right? Just imagine that you came across someone in your life and this person was just saying what you wanted to hear, was making sure they didn't do anything to upset you. They didn't want to really say much to you for fear of hurting your feelings. You know, they were just worried about what you thought about them all the time. You know, how can you have a flowing, good relationship with that type of person when they don't know who the heck they are because they're busy pampering to the whims of all these other people around them? That's not a stable, strong, secure person in themselves. They're insecure because they're relying on other people's emotions and input to steer and drive their life. And this is what's happening to you if you're the type of person who cares about what other people think. You're being steered. Your whole life is being steered by other people. Your whole life is based on other people, not your own. You have to come to the fact and conclusion in your life. The reality is that you live, you're born into this world, you live, and you die on your own. This is the truth. People don't want to hear it because it's harsh, isn't it? Panicky, right? If I live to be 100, I will outlive my parents, right? When my parents are gone, I don't have any brothers or sisters. I don't have any other family members that even bother to keep in touch with me, you know? I have some cousins, but occasionally, you know, some of them are connected to me on Facebook, but then they talk to me. No, that's fine. You know, that's the way it is. So, you know, I can potentially be on my own when I die and no one will know I'm even dead. That's just the way it is, you know? But all the people pleasing in the world's not going to change that for me. Do you know what I mean? So you have to understand that you come into this world, you're born with yourself. I mean, obviously you're in your mum's womb or some other way if they didn't have that type of conception, but you know what I mean. You came on your own into this world and you'll leave on your own in this world, and you have to live your life for you. And if you want to help other people the most in your life, you have to truly be yourself and not worry about what other people think, because you're never going to help a lot of people in your life if you worry about what other people think. Because if you worry about what other people think, I mean, what happens when you get a job? Are you going to worry about what other people think of your job and then keep it secret from people so as not to hurt people because they might not agree with what you're doing? If you decide to have your hair a certain way, are you going to worry about what people think of your hair? Because what does it matter? It's your hair, it's not theirs. Are they playing with it? Are they touching it? Are they licking it, kissing it, cuddling it? Are they are you touching it? Are they wearing it? No. Do you know what I mean? And even if they're doing that, you know, it's your hair. So you have to realize, first of all, in order to stop worrying about what people think, you have to first of all recognize that you're born in this world on your own and you'll die on your own, right? You are on your own, right? You have to secondly accept that you are a unique individual, the only one of your type and the whole world, entire planet and universe, right? So you can't possibly please everyone. And if you worry about what everyone thinks, your life is being controlled by other people. It's being controlled by their opinions, their thoughts about you, and your emotions will never be your own. No, your emotions will be at the beck and call of other people, going up and down like a yo-yo all the time, and you'll never be stable. The only person that can stabilize yourself is you. If you know fundamentally deep down you're a kind person, you're a caring person, you're a lovely person, then you won't worry about what other people think. I mean, sometimes you might worry still a little bit, but you're not going to care as much, which is what you need to achieve. You know, you need to love yourself implicitly, despite what other people think. I know some people don't like me. That's fine. They're not going to like me, are they? I'm outspoken. I'm quite loud for a girl. I'm very direct. I tell people things they don't want to hear, which, you know, some things are quite taboo. And so not everyone's going to like that about me or me just by being the way I am. But do I care? No, I wish them well and luck and love in their life and happiness. And I hope they find people that they relate to that's really good for them, that they do love, care about, like, and cherish. Do you know what I mean? Because we're all different individuals in this world. You can't possibly please everyone. And you have to understand the damage it's doing to you if you're the type of person that is worried about what people think all the time. You're doing the damage to yourself. You are effectively abusing yourself by denying yourself the right to have freedom of expression of being you. You're denying yourself. It's like abuse to yourself. So you have to stop abusing yourself and start loving yourself. You have to start loving who you are. You need to write down your ideal life. You know, what would your ideal life look like? If you weren't you now and you were a completely different person, not caring about what other people think, what would you do in life? What would you do for a job? What would you do with your clothes? What would you do with your hair? Where would you live? What environment would you have? What hobbies and interests would you do? What friends would you have? What behavior would you have? You know, and you need to paint this picture of what you want to be like so you can aim to become that person. You know, what we think about expands. So if you want to change, because it's a very painful life if you're just keeping your truth a secret all the time from everyone in the world, worried about what people think of you. It's a very, very hurt thing. You're hurting yourself. So I want you to stop hurting yourself and start self-loving. You know, you can never, sorry about, I live near a train station and an airport as well. Not far away from an airport. And so you have to understand that the only one you're hurting really by worrying about what other people think is yourself. And so you have to start self-loving. It's imperative you start this self-love journey. You know, you have to start writing down the strengths of yourself, the things you like about yourself, the things you love about yourself. And if you don't like things about yourself, you don't love it, you have to put what you would like about yourself. You know, what would the ideal version of you look like? Like I said, you know, hobbies, interests, looks, everything. What would your ideal life and your ideal self look like? And then when you've written all that down, you have to strive to do that. And in order to stop caring what people think, you have to do things and push yourself to do things where it gets you out of your comfort zone, where you do things that you are uncomfortable with for a while so that you become comfortable with doing them. No one ever changes, you know, without change. It's impossible. So you have to push yourself out of your comfort zone on purpose to make changes in your life. So if you're worried about what other people think all the time, you have to push yourself to go into a situation and do something you wouldn't usually do, but that you'd like to do, want to do, that's really you. And you have to just do it. And you have to be strong in your mind that when anyone else says, thinks, or does, you are just going to do this thing without thinking about it. You're just going to do it in the moment. You're just going to be it. And then you can watch people's reactions afterwards. Then you can think about things afterwards and reflect. But just do it. There's this book that says, called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. You know, look it up on Amazon. You have to do things. This applies to work and business, but it also applies to everyday life. You know, if I worried about what people thought, I wouldn't have started this channel, right? And I'm not going to say I'm perfect and I never worry about what people think, you know, because I think, you know, I mean, there was a person recently who, like a business person, who did support me. Then all of a sudden they've done a U-turn and their attitude's very different towards me. And that did upset me a little bit. I was disappointed, I guess, most of all, that person was supporting me, then did a U-turn and was very negative about something I was doing. But at the end of the day, I've got other friends that support me and I'm still going to do it, whether they like it or not, because I know I can, I will. It's in my heart, it's in my soul. And I owe it to myself. And when you start loving yourself more than you love other people and more than you love the opinions of other people, then you'll stop worrying and caring about what other people think so much. You'll live your life for you. You know, since I've been on this channel, right, I know people I've helped change their life. I know they've become a lot more confident. I know they've changed a lot in some of their life for the better. They're much more stronger people now. There's a guy, I don't know if you watched the episode, Connor said he came out after 5 years of being in silence. He came out to his mum about being asexual, and he's 19. He's kept that secret for 5 years because he felt safe. Now he's a part of this community, you know. And if I hadn't been doing these videos, he wouldn't have felt he could do that. If I worry about what people think, oh, I can't talk about asexuality, I can't talk about sex in front of potentially thousands of people on a YouTube show, I can't, because, you know, it might be shared all over and some people might take it out of context and some people might not like it, which they won't, you know. Lots of people won't like it, but who cares, you know. Still being me, I'm still going to say it. Now, loads of people don't like, you know, like things different to them, but who cares? I am who I am. I'm not going to stop doing this show just because a few people don't like it. It's not going to happen, you know. And you can't be like that in life, because you'll never get success, you'll never get happiness. What happens when you get a partner? How are you ever going to have a successful relationship if you're constantly worried about what other people think. So in my case, right, I like public displays of affection. I can't be with someone who worries every 5 minutes. Oh, people are looking at me. I can't kiss. Oh no, I can't hold your hand. Oh no, not in public. No, I can't possibly do that. I can't be with a guy like that. It's like, you're proud to be with me or not. So he's more worried about other people than he is me and my relationship with him. How's that any good for me? And if he's the type of person that doesn't want public display of affection because he genuinely doesn't want it himself, then he should have told me that in the beginning so I can go and find someone else who loves that just as much as I do. Do you see how this works? So you need to be your true authentic self and stop worrying about what people think. And how you get over that is by actually thinking you're doing people a disfavor by not being who you are. So if you're thinking about worrying about what other people think about you because you're worried about hurting them, and hurting yourself, you're hurting yourself and other people more by not being who you are, by caring what people think. Imagine if I went through my day worrying about what everyone thinks. Your life from the beginning you get up in the morning should be your own. You shouldn't be pandering to the whims of every single other person. I have so many people messaging me. Some people at times I just have to switch off. It's like, well, I've got work to do. I've got stuff I need to get done. If I'm there, like every 5 minutes with people asking me stuff, do you know what I mean? I can't answer every 5 minutes. That's why I do these live streams, so I can help multiple people at once. Because I can't answer that because I'd never get anything that I want to do in my life done. I've got my fibro book that's coming out. I've just been doing the different book covers for. See, and I need to get on with it. People need this book. They need my help. So it's really important to be yourself because you live and die with yourself. No one else. If you care about what other people think all the time, you're never being truly who you are. So none of your friends really know you anyway. They don't know the real you. And if they don't know the real you, you'll just think, well, they're liking someone they don't really know, and I'm a fraud. And because you're not being who you are, you're just a people pleaser. So in effect, you're being a fraud. And then that will make you feel bad and worry about what other people think about you even more. But you've put yourself in that situation. You've done that to yourself. So you have to stop reversing that. Realize that you love yourself, that everything you don't like about yourself or love, you're going to change. If you don't like where you live, move. If you don't like the job you're in, take steps to go and find another one and get heck out of there. If your parents don't agree with something about you, sit there and tell them, this is how I am. I'm not changing it. I am who I am. That's it. They get upset, they get angry, they don't like it. That's their tough luck. Do you know what I mean? But you're not always going to agree with them. You can't live your life for your parents. You should never live your life for your parents. They don't live your life for you. They don't live their life for you, do they? They don't sit there going, oh, my daughter or my son, I'm so worried about what they think. I'm going to not do this today and I'm not going to do that today because I'm worried about what they think. Of course they don't. So why are you as a child should worry about what they think? Of course you shouldn't. I mean, if you want to ask their opinion about something, that's different because you care about their opinion, you'd like their advice and help. But, it's still up to you whether you take it on board or not. Do you know what I mean? And so you have to come to the conclusion that your life is worth more than relying on the whims, the emotions, the thoughts, the feelings of other people, because that's just up and down. That is just letting yourself in for a big heap of trouble. Imagine if I get someone said to me in the morning, I don't like you. Imagine if I get someone in the afternoon saying, I don't like this about you. Imagine if I got someone later on saying, well, I like you being quiet. Well, I like you being talkative. Why aren't you talking to me enough? Well, I think you talk too much. Well, I don't, your hair, I think you should have it up. I like it down. Don't ever put your hair up. I don't like short hair. I mean, it's ridiculous. I just be myself. You should always be yourself in life. And if you want to make a big impact on this world, and you will want to do that because if you want to have a purpose in life, won't you? And when you find your purpose, you really don't care. I mean, some people, they work with the homeless. If they worried about what people think about the stigma about, say, for example, working with homeless people or poorer people, no one ever helped the poor people, the homeless people. And and some people, people go out to pride events, asexual pride events. They don't care what people think because they're enjoying themselves, they're supporting what they believe in, and they couldn't care less apart from their mission. So you've got to be very, very clear about what you want. You've got to create the ideal type of person that you want to be and work on that. You should be creating your own avatar of who you want to become. Because if you keep being the same person, you will always get the same results. That is something that was taught to me a long time ago. You keep doing the same thing over and over again, you will always get the exact same results. If you want different results, you've got to change what you're doing. You have to change what you're doing. Otherwise, you go around in circles like a goldfish in a round bowl. So you have to make change happen for you, not to you. If you're relying and worrying about what other people think, that's external influences all the time. And that's change happening to you. And that will destabilize you and make you very anxious, nervous, and depressed. In order to be a stable person, to be happy and thrive in this world, not just survive, your actions, your life, changes need to come from you. Because when you are making change, you are leaping forward. You are in control of your life as much as possible. When other people and factors and changes come into your life, you'll be a lot more resilient to them because you'll have built up this wall of defense for yourself, this inner core strength by taking bold action, by changing your life, by doing new things and different things, by becoming the person that you were born to be. You will be much more strong and stable. So when change is happening to you, it'll bounce off you, not penetrate through you every single time because you're like this, up and down every 5 minutes. Do you see what I'm saying? Is this making sense? I hope so. So you have to understand that not being true to who you are, that being at the whims and mercies of other people, worrying about what they think is not healthy for you. It is like self-abuse. So stop self-abusing yourself, right? You might not be physically hurting yourself, but you're mentally torturing yourself, right? Would you accept mental abuse from other people? Would you? Would you continually accept that for the rest of your life, mental abuse from other people? So why are you accepting it from yourself? Why have you got higher standards for other people than you have for yourself? Right? You need to have higher standards for yourself. You need to get yourself out of that situation. No one else is going to get yourself out of that situation. You just have to be yourself. Like, tell one person that you can trust. If you really think you need to speak to someone about this, then tell someone who's impartial, that hasn't known you that long, that really doesn't really care one way or the other what you're like, because they don't even know you. They're just going to know you. So tell your truth to that person. Tell your truth to the new people that are coming in your life. That way you build up your confidence, your strength, your stamina, till eventually you'll feel like you can come out to be truly who you are with the people you've known for longer. Because you'll be having your own friends built up then, your own units of people you can trust, being yourself. And yes, you'll feel bad that you've never been yourself before with these people, but it's less risk. Do you see what I mean? Sometimes when we're making change, we have to take little change bit by bit by bit and do, little risks, because sometimes it's too overwhelming and you'll crawl back into your shell like a snail. So sometimes it's better if new people come into your life that you start sharing who you truly are with them. And yes, sharing who you truly are makes you vulnerable. And that's why some people don't like to do it. They'd rather worry about what people will think all the time. But if you develop the inner core strength that you don't care what other people think, then you won't ever be that vulnerable ever again, because you'll always be resilient and strong no matter whatever happens in your life. You'll always get back up again from falling, theoretically, like metaphorically speaking. You'll always get back up again. It doesn't matter what happens to you in life, you'll build a very strong resilience. You need that throughout your life. You need to be strong and stable in and of your own right. And I'm saying this on this channel because I want to help you, I want you to see how beautiful you are for being you. And I want you to start loving yourself. I want you to start really, truly accepting who you are. Because only when you love and accept yourself and who you are, can you truly know what you want in life, and what everyone else around you can then see what you really want, need, like, and can help you more. You know, they can reach out to you more, they can care about you more, they can love you more, because you're not hiding and fearing and worried about what people think. You know, you're more likely to get the right people loving and caring about you if you just be who you truly are and stop worrying about what other people think, because the people that really genuinely care about you won't mind if you're different to them. The people that'll mind are the people that are horrible people that you don't want to be around anyway. You know? So just be who you were born to be and stop worrying about what other people think, because it's like self-abuse. And do you want to keep abusing yourself? No, you wouldn't accept it from other people. Well, you shouldn't accept it from other people. So why are you accepting it from yourself? You shouldn't be accepting it from yourself. You should be having a serious chat with yourself. Sit down in your room, all the music off, all the TV off, all the films off, and just sit there and say to myself, how can I be me? How can I be me? What would the ideal version of me look like? And write it all down. Draw a stick figure if you want. Draw the hair you want, the house you want, the environment you want, and then pin it somewhere and look at it every single day. Like, this is a person that I want to be. This is a person that I want to become. This is a person I want to strive to be. You know, and you have to focus and fixate on that. And when anyone comes into your life and starts pulling you away from that vision, you have to say, hang on a minute, this is my vision over here, and go away from them. You tell them and they either accept you, or you go away from them and carry on your own path. Say thank you for coming into my life, really appreciate it, and go your own path. You know, I know a lot of people as well who have this problem with worrying about what people think. They actually would love a real, genuine relationship, but they're not capable of having a long-lasting, loving, committed relationship, because they are at the whims and mercies of everyone else. And therefore, they cannot be strong in a relationship because they don't love themselves. They don't like themselves for who they are. You know, in order to be in a good, healthy, happy relationship for a long period of time, I'm not talking about a one-night stand, I'm not talking about a casual couple of weeks, I'm not talking about 2 months relationship, I'm talking about a sustainable, long-term, committed relationship, where that's platonic, because it does apply to aromantics, not just romantics, or romantic relationship. You know, if you want that baddie, you're gonna have to step up to the plate and be yourself and stop worrying about what other people think, because you cannot be in a loving relationship without loving yourself first. You can't, because that is not loving the other person. You can't possibly love another person if you're just worried about what other people think all the time. How is your life going to be with them? You're out with them, yet you're behaving erratically or weirdly because you're worried about what other people think, whilst you're trying to please the person you're with. Absolutely insane. Why would you want to do insane stuff and make yourself go crazy? Right? In order to be in a loving, healthy, happy relationship, you have to be very, very, very clued up on yourself. You have a lot of self-love, a lot of stability within yourself. You have to constantly work on yourself. You're always a work in progress. I'm always a work in progress. I'm not perfect. I'm constantly trying to improve myself. I do still have anxiety, but I admit it. I've worked on loads, tons to improve my anxiety. I used to be so much worse years ago. I'm so much better than I used to be, you know? But I do still struggle sometimes. You know, you can't deny who you are. If I was denying who I am, if a new person came into my life and I never told them anything about, you know, like problems I have and stuff, how are they even going to be able to help me? They're not, you know, if they don't accept me for who I am, that's fine, but they need to know that I'm working on myself, that I'm trying to improve myself, I'm trying to better myself, and they need to know how I really am so they can help me. You know, if you're going to a relationship with someone, you need to self-love before you expect them to love you. And do you know what I mean? It's going to be you're not, I was going to say a very false relationship, but you're not even going to be able to keep up a relationship for very long. If you're not being true to who you are, you're being a people pleaser and worrying about what people think, you're just not going to be able to keep it up. Because the person will start seeing inconsistencies in your behavior. They'll start seeing erraticness. They'll start seeing secretiveness. They'll start seeing you hiding from yourself. And that's not a strong person for you or for them. So until you can sort yourself out, you're not going to be in a position to be in a relationship. And I know some of the people that are, worried about what people think, they're the ones that want a relationship more than a lot of people do. They're actually quite desperate for it. But the reason they're desperate for it is because they want someone to love them for who they are, but they don't love themselves for who they are in the first place. I see these people, I feel them, I have love for them, I care about them, and I want them to better their lives. I really, really do. I want you to better your life. I want you to stop caring and worry about what people think, because it's just horrible. You can't live like that. It's unlivable. It's like being in like your internal environment, like your mind, your body, your spirit. This is like all your internal, well, your body obviously is your external environment, your inner body, your spirit, all this inside you. It's your environment that you live in every day. So we live in our external environment, which is like our real external environment, not our exterior environment like body, but our external environment is like, the rooms we live in, the house we live in, the garden that surrounds us, our physical surroundings. But you've also got internal environments. If your internal environments aren't healthy for you, you're going to erupt and explode like a volcano. You're going to be very unstable. And you will push other people away. People won't want to be around someone who's unstable all the time, because they don't want the drama. In all honesty, they don't even, they're like, they don't need that. They need someone who's stable and strong. So once you become stable and strong, you'll actually get better quality people in your life who you can trust and who love you for who you are. And so it's really, really important to just be honest with yourself and others. I don't want to end up in a relationship with someone who doesn't even know who they are, who doesn't love themselves, and who's worried about what other people think all the time. I can't be with someone who worries about what they think. I don't have any inhibitions. Right? I can go out clubbing till 2 a.m. and do what I like and don't drink a drop of alcohol. I'm just like, I've had to train myself, though. You have to train yourself. You have to train yourself to become free of inhibitions by doing things you wouldn't usually do. Because only by practicing doing things you wouldn't usually do, because you worry about what other people think all the time, can you get good at doing things for yourself without worrying about what other people think. Does that make sense? Practice makes perfect of anything. Unless you get experience and start practicing this stuff, you'll never ever change. And you have to change. You can't stay in that mental framework. It's unhealthy for you. As you know, it leads to depression. So you have to stop it and stop torturing your mind, stop torturing yourself, and literally set yourself free, because you deserve it. You deserve love. You deserve happiness. You deserve to be you, because you're absolutely amazing and of your own right. Once you start being truly who you were born to be, then you'll attract other people like you, quality people who really love you for who you are. I've got some really good friends in my life now that truly love me for who I am. And I feel so comfortable around them. I can just be myself. But it takes hard work to get to that stage. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful, helpful, insightful in some way. Remember to write your ideal avatar out of yourself, pin it to your walls, pin it all over the place, and keep looking at it and keep saying to yourself, each day, what you about your ideal avatar, and then work on different bits. So if you want to change something in your life, start little by little, because otherwise you're going to get overwhelmed. So if you want to change your hairstyle or hair color, go to the hairdressers and get a haircut. Eye color you can't really change unless you start wearing different contact lenses or decide to get an operation. So if it's clothing, if you don't like the clothes you wear, then go out clothes shopping, go and get some new wardrobe of clothes. Just do it. Stop living in the past all the time. Just go and do it. If you want to change from environment, you either need to move or you need to move the things that are in your environment. So, you either move and get a new environment, or you change around the environment you're in. You redecorate, you get rid of things, you declutter, you buy new stuff, buy new cutlery, clear things out of your cupboard, get rid of old clothes you don't use anymore, get new clothes in there. Get rid of stuff you no longer use, need, want. You know, free yourself up, create space in your life. You know, if you don't like all the friends you've got, if really the friends aren't really your friends, then go and get some more friends. Make friends, and then you can let the ones go that aren't any good for you. Really, that you know deep down aren't good for you, you know? And if you want a different job, then go and take steps to get a different job. Go and get some work experience, or go and put some CVs out somewhere. Go and apply for jobs online, so you can change that. And you know, if you want to change your personality, start thinking about the type of person you like to be. Would you like to be more outgoing? Start going out more. Would you like to be more intelligent? Start getting into personal and professional development. Would you like to learn a language? Go and buy a book or online course. Invest in yourself. You know, it's not a waste of money if you're investing in yourself. You know, go and invest in yourself. You know, you're worth it. If you want to move to another country, go and move to another country. If you want to become more outgoing because you're too into yourself, then you need to go out more. If you want more friends, you need to socialize more, go out more, meet more people. One at a time if you can't deal with a whole big group at once. I only could do one-to-one. I had to force myself to go out in groups. For like my old job, I had to force myself to go out in groups and that. I mean, I run asexual meetups now. I'm still better in smaller groups than I am bigger groups, to be honest with you. You know, and so you have to push yourself. If you don't like speaking in front of people, you have to make yourself speak up in front of people. So when you're next in a group, you have to make yourself say something in front of people and practice it. You can't change without practicing it and doing it. You know, nothing happens unless you do it. Unless you take action, nothing happens. People just want their life to change like miraculously without doing any work. You have to do work in life. You have to work on yourself. You have to work on your relationships with people. You have to work on your environment. You have to work on your body. You have to work on your clothes. You have to work on your styling. You have to work on your introvertism or extrovertism. You know what I mean? You have to work on stuff all the time. Life is work, you know? Or you can change the word from work to joy and say, life is joy. Bring the joy on. I love that. Bring the joy on. Let me change. Bring the joy on. It's a good way of looking at it. So, you know, just take the action. Nothing happens without action. Take the action. Stop worrying about what people think and stop worrying about what people think right here, right now. You can do it. I believe in you. Anyway, until next time, brace your quirky and each other. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Share it with a friend or whoever may benefit. And if you haven't already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button down below right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live right now, post a new video. I'd love to hear your thoughts, feelings, comments on this video. And if you want me to create any more videos with other topics, please post them down below. And I will see you on the next video live stream. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.